Shohei Ohtani, we did not make it a day or a show without talking about him, but pretty big news popped up. Got surgery done. Now, I can't call it Tommy John because that's not what it is, and I'm not going to act like I'm a doctor, but we'll read a little bit about an internal brace inserted into the elbow and that the ligament was repaired. And we can show you some tweets here from Jeff Fletcher, who covers the team every day for the Orange County Register. So it was a procedure in LA. This occurred on Tuesday, and it was a statement released by his agent, which I will say is a little bit unique. Usually the team releases the statement about the injury, but I guess because he's leaving and, his group's been in control, and in my mind, it's still been a weird communication process. This is what his agent said. Didn't specify the exact procedure. Said, Ohtani, this is the important part, will be ready to hit on opening day of 2024 and pitch in 2025. And it was Dr. Neil Elitrash, who's been around for a while. He performed the procedure, and then Fletcher goes on to say, in chatting quickly with a few people about the description attributed to Elitrash in the statement, this was not a traditional Tommy John surgery with a reconstruction. It was a repair. Still won't pitch till 2025. It speeds up the rehab slightly on the hitting side. Danny, you pitched. So you didn't hit 50 bombs in the bigs, but what does this mean in your mind?
Well, that means he's going to hit 70 bombs next year. Now that he's only concentrating on hitting and saving energy just for hitting. I mean, I get it. You want this guy wherever he's going. His agent wants him to play wherever for a long time and make a ton of money. But you got to make sure that he's right in his arm. Obviously, you can still hit with certain arm injuries, but I think you have to have Shohei on both sides at some point. And if that's not until 2025, fine. But if he's going to be on the field in 2024, watch out. Don't pitch to him because you're going to give it up to him. I mean, he's going to be so locked in hitting.
Not a traditional Tommy John surgery with reconstruction. It was a repair. That's the first I've heard of that. When you bring up Tommy John, for me, it's like, all right, the world's coming to an end. Like you're done for a year. But I mean, I don't know what a repair is. Did they just go around, like I've had my knee surgery done, but they trimmed around where the meniscus was. They didn't say it was a full meniscus tear. So I want to know more details about what really is going on with his arm. But whatever they did, hopefully he never has this problem again. Because for me, I mean, Tommy John is Tommy John. Whenever I hear this, he's out for the year. They're saying until 25.
Yeah.
Now, what does he have to do? He's going to come to the ballpark early. He's going to do his rehab. He's going to get ready to hit. It's going to be long days for him each and every day.
Yeah, and I think he'll be okay with that. But to me, like the wording there, whatever it is, that's to let all you teams know that I'm going to be fine. Yeah. It's not a total Tommy John. They used to call it a scope, right? Like it used to get a cleanup.
Cleanup. Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
This seems a little more than a cleanup, obviously, if you can't pitch until 2025. But this is like contract talk, in my opinion.
And everything he does is mysterious. Contract talk. Yeah, Great call. That's coming up. And a lot of things that he does is mysterious, right?
Yeah. Yes.
We don't get a lot of information often, and it's very carefully crafted. And I'll say again,
I see it. I see it in the message. Jeff, who did he talk to, Jeff? He didn't talk to anybody in the brass. And in my opinion, he probably talked to his agent.
His agent,
yeah. I would have to agree. Yeah. I wish they would just play. I talked to, Boris. I talked to, Joe Schmo, like, listen, why?
But they won't put their name on it.
But
right.
I've
done that. I've talked to plenty of agents, especially this year.
You could put this out there, but don't
put my name on it. Yeah. So I mean, I think you can read between the lines. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I'll say it one more time. He's doing his thing with his camp at this point because he's leaving.
Yeah.
So he's not working hand in hand with the org. You know what I'm saying?
It's
not like he's got to call the agents, be like, hey, let's talk about the statement we're going to put out together. It's just like, hey, my agent's going to put out a statement. You can put it out so that you guys can communicate it. You know what I'm saying? I
want to know where the water bottle went. I want it signed and I want it on the show.
Maybe it was Rendon that started the water bottle thing. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, let me ask you this about Ohtani. Now knowing this, right? Now the news is official that he won't pitch next year.
Yeah.
Does that affect anything with the offseason pursuit by teams? Does it affect the way the contracts are offered?
I would say so. I would say 100%. And I'm sure he wants to be locked down for a long time. I'm sure that taken into consideration, I'm sure that's going to be a bump off of what he wants.
Do you think so, though?
I do.
Well, because here's my counter to that.
Yeah.
Ready?
Go ahead.
How many teams want him? right? So if you call me, right, and you go, hey, Shohei, it's the Dodgers. So since you're not going to pitch next year, we think you're worth 480, or we're going to dock a year down, or we're going to put something incentive laden. And you know what I'm going to say? Oh, that's cool. I got 14 other teams on the line. I'll call you back never.
How do we know he's going to come back fully 100% from this and pitch the way he did?
We don't.
There's still uncertainty. And that's why I say the money might be a little different from what he wants into what a team wants. And of course, you're right. There's going to be 14 other 15, 6. Every
Dude, he's got too much leverage. That's my point.
And they're going to make tons of money just on sales alone with jerseys and who he is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's that uncertainty that we don't know.
But can I be his agent for a second?
Yeah.
So if you don't think
you want me to be a team?
Yes.
Okay.
You love this, Scott.
Dodgers on the line.
Hey, Dodgers. Yeah, he's not going to pitch next year, but he's probably going to hit 60 to 70 home runs. He's going to be great for the community. You know how much money you can make on the side. So whatever you want to pay me now, you're going to have to compete with 28 other teams because we know the Angels don't want you.
Yeah. No, the Angels do want me.
Well, they're not going to afford him. Like,
right.
He doesn't want to go back to the Angels.
I think it's that. He just wants to win.
Yeah.
I think there's probably 10 teams ruled out for being bad at baseball.
Right. So guess what? When I come back and I'm ready to throw in 2025 or when Shohei is, he's going to be that much better, that much fresher. He's going to have more bullets in the tank, and he's going to be the best pitcher because this is not a Tommy John. This is like a tune-up, and he's had extra time to rehab and get this thing stronger.
I'm going to stop you there. You don't even have to convince me on the TJ. I know how many teams are calling you and offering you money. We're giving you what you want, dude.
See,
I don't think there has to be that much convincing. It could be. Yeah. Why? Because what's he throwing out there?
On the phone,
I'm calling now. My name's Steve. How are you?
Well, John Harper, who writes for SNY, quote, if the Japanese superstar is willing, every baseball person I spoke to fully expects that owner Steve Cohen would make the biggest offer, even if Ohtani won't pitch in 24. And even though the Mets have indicated they may not be all in next season after their sell-off at the trade deadline. My only thing on that front is I do believe in this. Think that the numbers are going to be close enough from a number of teams that he's going to go, can you guarantee me the playoffs next year? Because that is the number one most important thing to me because I know I'm going to get paid. I think he's going to get multiple $500 million offers. And if the Dodgers throw money out there, it's not even just about the location. They can guarantee the playoffs probably better than any ball club.
Well, them
and the Braves. Yeah, but the Braves, I don't think will necessarily pay for that.
Right.
Who knows? I mean, this is such a unique case, but that's my take is that he's got to go to a team that's going to make the playoffs next year. Like, Todd Father, can you guarantee me the Mets are going to make the playoffs next year?
You can't guarantee anything.
Right. What
you can't though.
What are the chances though? It's not like the Mets roster right now needs a lot of work. That's not a playoff team. Clearly, they bombed this season.
Besides Senga, they need some pitching.
Yeah,
and he's throwing today, which is great. Hopefully, makes me look good by saying that. But
no, he's been great.
They need pitching, dude, and Shohei's not pitching next year, so there's another thing. So they'll need another pitcher. So I don't know. I think Steve, they talk about, oh no, not this in 2025. We're going to take a break. Man, this guy ain't taking a break, dude. If he's there and if they see a ballpark Ranger where they could be, he's going after him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's going after him, but like you said, he's got to go somewhere where 99% chance of making the playoffs.
Yes, it's got to be real strong.
Yeah.
And you're not getting a pitcher for a year. So let me see what your pitching staff looks like.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Exactly.